shine behavior today. Now generally at assemblies I ask you to yell, scream, have a great time. But today, I ask for your attention. Remember, make sure we are engaged and paying the proper respect this day deserves. At this time, I present the Richmond VFW James Coleman Post to present the colors. Representing the VFW are Lieutenant Colonel Sean Dickman, John Heinen, James Gallen, Merrill Rodman, and the auxiliary. Please remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. The privilege of this assembly was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us honor and respect their efforts and our country by everyone standing at attention, placing their hands over their hearts as our band and choir proudly play the Star-Spangled Banner. Thank you, band and choir. I would now like to introduce Sullivan McCoy and Julie Rock, who have essays they would like to share with us on what freedom means to them.
What does freedom mean to me? I think it's the fact we can make our own choices, like what we eat, or having a job or hobby we like. Freedom is doing what you want no matter how you look. We keep our freedom because we have soldiers to defend our country. They risk their lives for our freedom. Our veterans also helped in previous wars like World War II, one of the most deadly wars in history. Freedom is what we've had in America since we broke away from England. The freedom we got from that was protected by soldiers. Freedom is an American way, and hopefully we can keep it that way for many years to come. Have you ever thought of the meaning of freedom? To me, freedom means the ability to learn from our mistakes, a second chance, the ability to do better. Always needing to do what the higher authority says means never being able to do something creative or out of the ordinary, something that could change somebody's life for the better. It means not being forced to live our lives a certain way. The ability to have freedom of speech, choose where we want to live, what we want to eat, and what careers we want to have. Having freedom means we can have our own opinion and share it with the world. Since our troops have fought for us in 1775, England has started war colonists because they wanted to have control over America. But instead, we wanted to be free of the British government's malice leaders. We fought for what we believed in and won. We have been a united nation ever since. We can become anything we please because there's nothing standing in our way. Without freedom, children would be taken away from their families at a young age and forced to be slaves. They would never grow up with parents, friends, or a house to go home to each day. People never really take the time to count their blessings and just think about how lucky that we are to be living in a country where all of this is possible. Since many of our countries aren't allowed to live as we are today, in a country where the government treats us like equals and accepts our diverse cultures. In summary, we are lucky to live in a society where people have freedom. Just remember, we are the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Sullivan. Thank you, Julie. I would now like to introduce Ms. Newman, as well as Mr. Augusta on piano, and the 6th grade choir, as they present My Country 'Tis of Thee, and Lift Every Voice and Sing. Also at this time, Skylar and Ricky.
The next song you will hear is a combination of two songs, America and Lift Every Voice and Sing, performed by our 6th grade choir. In 1831, a 24-year-old seminary student named Samuel Francis Smith was inspired to write an original patriotic song for America. The result was what Smith called America. The song was first performed on July 4th, 1831 by a children's choir in Boston.
Smith's lyrics invoke the history of America as well as its beauty and sense of itself as it blessed a land. This song served as an unofficial national anthem until the adoption of the Star-Spangled Banner in 1931. Many people are surprised to learn that Lift Every Voice and Sing was first written as a poem. Created by James Weldon Johnson, it was performed for the first time in celebration of President Abraham Lincoln's birthday on February 12, 1900. Eventually, the poem was set to music, and the result is a powerful hymn for all Americans, forged in the fires of the struggle for freedom and refined in the flames of hope.
Liberty,
Okay. Song The Unsung Hero was composed after the events of September 11, 2001 by Texas composer Joseph Martin. This song is a moving tribute to all those who serve and protect. It honors the men and women who dedicated their lives to preserving our freedom and keeping us safe. This powerful song, incorporating My Country 'Tis of Thee, is a heart-stirring expression of patriotism and pride. Please listen to our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade choirs salute to all veterans past and present.
The Continental Marines were established. Everyone, please welcome Mr. Kovac to Richmond Middle School.
This is outstanding. I was trying to think of something special to bring. I want to leave you with a gift. I just don't want to come and talk and waste your time, because the most precious commodity in the universe is time. It's not something we can manufacture. It's not something we dig up or grow. it's something that once it's burned, we don't ever get it back. So I want to leave you with something that's worth your time. The President John F. Kennedy once said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country." I don't know if I did that justice or not. But there are people, 3% of the population, that goes out and they take their time, their most precious commodity, and they hang it on a wall. All their dreams, all their aspirations, they put aside because there's this calling, this gift from God, this commission to go out and serve. I believe, and I'm going to say this aloud, and I am a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ. I believe that God has granted blessings on our nation. And we're a nation of that, freedom, because God says it's okay to do so. And because of that, we enjoy things that other nations do not. Being who I am, if I said this in a foreign country, chances are my family would be drug out of their house, and I think the young lady said it very eloquently, that things would happen bad to us. Here we are all equal. The 1983, I went down to the Marine Corps station here in town, in the recruiter station, and I joined the Marine Corps. I went down to Detroit and I took an oath, and the oath said, "I promise, I declare, excuse me, I'm excited to be here. I declare that I will defend the Constitution of the United States of America from enemies both foreign and domestic." And you know what's cool about that oath? There was no expiration date, okay? So, me being a Marine, once a Marine, always a Marine, Mr. Dickman, hoorah, I am exceptionally pleased to be here. I'm a Scoutmaster in Memphis. I was Scoutmaster for a dozen years. I'm currently Cub Master there, and I am proud to go out and be able to influence youth. One of my top Eagle Scouts is a guy by the name of Jacob Kovic. Had the same last name. He wanted to rebel against the family. He went into the Army. So he's in the Army, airborne. Two things fall from the sky, airborne and bird poop. I had to say that on his behalf. But if falling on an airplane is not harrowing enough, he belongs to EOD, Explosive Ordnance Disposal. He takes apart bombs and IEDs so people in the field don't step on these things and come home missing or come home at all. My next oldest son, who's an Eagle Scout out of Troop 245, is a Marine in the Marine Corps FAST team. He'll be anywhere in the world in 72 hours. It's a SWAT team. Very proud of him. Danny Zagasinski, one of my top Eagle Scouts. He was an Army Ranger Sergeant, sustained severe wounds over in Afghanistan. Guy's a hero. Ben Holt is in the Coast Guard, jumps into frigid waters to pull people out. He's got 34 saves to this day. Peter Jar, you know the name Jar? Peter Jar is Sergeant in the Marine Corps. Raw Peter. Peter is in an embassy right now protecting their interests overseas. And I think one of the guys has one of the most hard jobs right now, a guy by the name of Michael Jar. Michael Jar's in the Navy, he's a chaplain's aide, and he defends the faith. And he goes out and prays on people, and he encourages people through the scripture. But me as a veteran, being here today is a thrill. I appreciate you inviting me in here. And to the memory of my uncles, my uncle Eugene was a bombardier B-24. My father's in the Marine Corps. My brother was in the Marine Corps. I thank you for being here. And I want to say this, if you can read English, read and write, and do arithmetic, if you can read it, thank a teacher for that gift of coming out and sharing with you and teaching you. If you can read it in English, and you're allowed to read it in English, you have to thank a veteran. Because they arrange it, you have to speak it in German, you have to speak it in Korean, you have to speak it in Japanese, and if you do speak it, that's great, thank a teacher, but we are a free nation and we do things under the Constitution, okay? We have freedoms that nobody else in the world have, and I hope that you, as a young group of people, understand that. This place is the greatest place that God has laid his hand on. I've been to other places, this place is the place to be. I thank you for your time. God bless everybody, and God bless the USA.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Shack and our combined 7th and 8th grade bands as they will play God Bless America.
Armistice Day declares the official end of World War I in 1918 in the 11th month on the 11th day at the 11th hour, which would be November 11th at 11 a.m. Armistice means to cease fire or resolution between opposing sides. This day was commemorated years after year to honor those who participated in the war and offer thanks to those who helped bring peace. In November of 1938, Armistice Day became the first legal national holiday. It took until 1954 to be renamed as Veterans Day to honor all veterans who have served in all wars.
America's unofficial national anthem was composed by an immigrant who left his home in Siberia for America when he was just 5 years old. Irving Berlin, with the original song God Bless America in 1918. In the fall of 1938, as a war against invading Europe, Berlin revised his God Bless America from 20 years earlier to reflect a peace song. Singer Kate Smith introduced the revised God Bless America during her radio broadcast on Armistice Day in 1938. Enjoy the combined Richmond Middle School's 7th and 8th grade band rendition of the patriotic peace song, God Bless America.
The 6th, 7th, and 8th grade choirs would like to salute all 5 branches of the Armed Forces by singing our next song, Armed Forces, the Pride of America. This song is a spirited medley of service songs saluting the military services of the United States with their respective songs. We invite and encourage all veterans and those who have immediate family currently serving to stand when their branch of military has been announced.
the United States Marines. The United States Navy. The United States Coast Guard. The United States Air Force. One more time, a big round of applause for all our United States Armed Forces. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I can certainly see down here a lot of people stood up, and not just on the floor, but in our stands as well. Thank you to all serving. Everyone has done their part. Thank you. At this time, we are going to conclude our assembly with the Battle Hymn of the Republic. American poet Julia Ward Howe visited a Union Army encampment along the Potomac in November of 1861. She heard a group of soldiers singing John Brown's Body. Their brisk, marching melody so moved her that she wrote the uplifting new words for it the next day. Her Battle Hymn of the Republic first appeared in an 1862 article in the Atlantic Monthly. The hymn quickly became a favorite rallying cry during the Civil War, and ever since, a march of civic pride. It is with great pride that I once again introduce our Richmond Middle School bands. Everyone, please give a round of applause for all who gave and are giving the greatest sacrifice so we can live in the greatest country in the world. For coming, and once again, our Richmond Middle School bands. assembly. Again, thank you everyone for coming. Notice to the students and staff, we're going to allow our band and choirs to please exit first, and then we will dismiss after that. So once again, thank you everyone for coming, and we do look forward to seeing you next year. And don't forget,